Mr. Moore coming in?
Almost here.
Oh, okay. I have received the following from the jury. Judge, 1, what is the definition of wrongfulness? Are we to hold someone that is mentally ill to the same definition legally? Thank you, jurors.
The instruction is the instruction.
That's kind of my feelings, but I mean, we could state that there is not a statutory definition. They are just to apply the ordinary, common, everyday type definition to wrongfulness. Because that's kind of what the case law says. There is no set definition, so use its ordinary meaning. What about the second part? Are we to hold someone that is mentally ill to the same definition legally?
I don't believe you can answer that.
Yeah, yes. I don't think you can answer that. That's their determination.
Yeah.
And I apologize, I'm sitting down. The court's explaining wrongfulness, and I think you just have to direct them back to the instruction after that.
That's kind of my thought. I mean,
Well, the statute says they said mentally ill. I mean, the question uses that term, mentally ill, versus this statutory language. Because it sounds like they're asking a question that is outside of the statutory language.
what is the definition of wrongfulness? Question mark. Are we to hold someone that is mentally ill to the same definition legally?
Because I mean, mentally ill is depression. Like there's
No, yeah, I mean,
18,000 types of mentally ill.
And that's why I'm saying I don't think you can answer the question. You have to direct them back to the instruction, and the instruction says exactly it has to be severe mental illness.
So
And
if the legislature had intended there to be two different standards, one for someone who's not mentally ill and one for someone that is mentally ill, then there'd be two different standards. That question is there a different standard that needs to be applied?
in fact, that's what they're saying.
That's a jury issue. I don't think the court can properly answer that question.
We have just a second, Jeff. It's the same standard. Find the same for folks with or without. We can't say jury. You can say that the way the problem said.
Judge, if they're asking if the question if wrongfulness applies, that second question, I think a correct legal answer would be the same standards apply. As far as the definition of wrongfulness or the application of wrongfulness, which refers back to the insanity statute about the severe mental illness, which we wouldn't need to go there. Just answer that question in those terms.
That's a jury issue. They want to look at it and say, they can look at him and then make that determination. If they want to say, well, a person clear mind might understand it one way, a person unclear mind might understand another way, given their deficiencies. So I don't think you can point them in one direction or the other.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a slippery slope. It's the same standard for everybody unless they find the person is incapable of understanding the wrongfulness of his act. And then you got a different standard. I mean, because it kind of circles itself back around to the original question about wrongfulness.
And so, I mean, and that's what, I mean, my initial thought was that's why the court, I think, can answer the first question in the way we were discussing, and then say, as to the remaining question, direct you back to
the
charge.
Affirmative, the charge on insanity defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll write it, get it written, and then I'll answer, and then I'll bring it back in. Thoughts, comments?
We're okay with it.
Pardon?
We're okay with it, Your Honor.
Other than the typo in the
Is there
word
a
statute?
typo? Where?
Statute? You didn't.
Oh, yeah, you left out a T. It's T-U-T-E. Now, I don't know what else to say. We started going off into center track very much, and we're gonna totally change what the whole insanity defense charge, one way or the other. Start lining them up.
Yes, sir.
And of course, they will look at me like I'm as they always do, like, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That's what they always do. When I read these things, answers the questions I think. It's just- Yeah. No, I gotta get it turned and do that correctly. Whenever they're here.
Yes, sir.
Juror number 80, who is seating in seat 13, is the foreperson. All right. Be seated, please. Juror number 80, you are the foreperson in seat, well, seat 12 now, I guess, but I have received your request to the court, and I am required by law to read it back to the answer and everything back to you in open court. In the criminal court of Davidson County, Tennessee, Division 6, State of Tennessee versus Travis Reinking, case number 2019-A-55, supplemental jury instruction, question number 1. Members of the jury, each instruction to you or response by the court to any question from the jury is required to be reduced to writing and is to be taken with you to the jury room during all deliberations. You are not to place undue emphasis on this supplemental instruction. This instruction should be carefully considered along with all previous instructions in light of and in harmony with the others. The jury has submitted to the court the following question. 1. What is the definition of wrongfulness? Are we to hold someone that is mentally ill to the same definition legally? Answer. Since wrongfulness is not defined by statute, you are to give the term wrongfulness its common ordinary meaning to determine whether Mr. Reinking could appreciate that what he was doing was wrong as set forth in the insanity defense charge. All right. Just take that back with you. Anything else at the moment? All right. Court will be back in recess. Bill, if they haven't come back with a verdict by 5:30, what I thought I would do is bring them in. Normally the dinner is set up for around 6:30. I'd like to bring them in, question them, see if they want to come back after they eat. They want to just eat and call it a night, see where they want to go. I'm going to leave it up to them right now. So just, if you can come back around 5:30, regardless of whether you've heard from us or not. Okay? All right, thank you.